Hey yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Pisan. So for today's video, uh, I'm, I'm going to give you a tutorial about Packet Tracer configuring. So let's get started. So here I already put a end device for end devices and intermediary device. So we're going to connect the PC to switch using straight through. And same way to the other end devices to the switch. Then take this have a connection. But before we use the straight through from switch to router, we will we will put a port in the router. Uh, the is HWIC dash 4ESW first of the router, then put this port and on again. Now we can connect the switch to router. We'll use fast Ethernet to gigabit Ethernet, and then same way to this switch and gigabit 01. So now we are going to configure this switch um, using console keyboard RS232 and then console. Then just click the PC, desktop, then terminal, and you configure here your switch. First, we will going to change the host name of the switch. Um, just input enable to go to privilege exec mode, then FT or configure terminal to go to global terminal. Then we will put host name and the name of the switch. Um, for this name of switch is switch 01. As you can see there, the the host name is already changed switch to switch 01. Then then now we will going to put a password between switch to to um, user exec mode to privilege exec mode. So just um, input and enable secret, then password that you want. For example, Cisco, then password. It's already available. You can check it on. First, you can use Control C or exit and enter. Exit again. Then we are on user exec mode, if we type enable their password, um, the the password that you set earlier, then now we will going to um, put a, uh, a password again. Now we will put a password on the line console and line BTY. Just go to global terminal, config or configure terminal, then line console 0, then password. Um, in this we will use Cisco 1, then allow login, then we're going to uh, the password on the line BTY 0 15, then password uh, same on the line console Cisco 1, then allow login, and from that the password in the line console line BTY is already available. You can check it on if you exit there. Um, to enter, there's a user access verification, which is the password that we set earlier in the line VTY Cisco 1, and we can access the user exec mode. If we put enable, there's also a password, um, Cisco, and um, now we will going to put a banner on the on this switch. Um, Go to global terminal or conft or configure terminal, then banner mod then the text or the text that will appear on the first before user exec mode. For example, this is prohibited 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 authorized person only. In that, we already um, put a you have successfully put the banner on the first before user exec mode. You can check it on the exit and exit again. This is prohibited authorized person only. And then we're done on the configuring of switch. So now we can configure the router using console cable. You can you can put the console cable into route from PC to router, then console, then you can configure the router enter PC. Enter, then no, then enter again. is we're going to put a IP address on the router. Just put the enable, and we're already on the privilege exec mode. Um, uh, we will go to configure terminal. Then in configuring IP address, we will put interface, and the port that we use, the gigabit Ethernet 0.0/0. And you can put giga, then tab, and already in the giga Ethernet, then 0/0. Then you can configure here your IP address. For example, here the incomplete command, we miss the mask address 192.168.1.1, then the mask 255.255.255.0. Then now you already set your IP address on the router, 192.168.1.1. You can check it on the privilege exec mode. Just putting show interface, show IP interface brief. Then as you can see here, the gigabit Ethernet 0/0 is set to 192.168.1.1. So the protocol is done. We miss the input no shutdown. We will going to on this. Go to configure terminal and FT. Then interface giga. You can tab it, the 0. Then you can put here no shutdown from the pot, no shutdown. Now as you can see here, interface gigabit at Ethernet 0/0 change state to up. Now you can check it to user exit mode. Use show IP interface show brief. Then as you can see here, gigabit Ethernet 0/0 192.168. Let's manually up. The status is up and the protocol is up. Now we're already set a IP address on the router. Now we will set an IP address on this PC. Go to IP configuration and put here the IP address of the PC 192.168. You have to use the first the first number on the gigabit Ethernet. We set the router IP address to 192.168.1.1.1. So we're going to use that 1, that 2. Then we will put the subnet mask default gateway, which is the router IP address 192.168.1.1. So now we already put a IP address on the PC, and we will going to put now the IP address also to another end devices. We will use the 192.168.1.3, and we will put the subnet mask, the router IP address 192.168.1.1. And now we already put an IP address on these two end devices. So now we will going also to configure this switch console, and I can figure it on the terminal. We will also put a what we put earlier, the password, the console line console password, line BTY password, and the banner. Just enable, go to privilege exec mode, type conft or configure terminal. Then we will change also the host name. Earlier we used the name switch underscore 1. Now we will use switch underscore 2. So now it already changed. We will put a password on the privilege exec mode, enable secret. So we're going to use also Cisco. This Cisco is the password, but um, uh, you can use your own unique password, uh, and it already set. You can check it on the user exec. If we type enable, here comes a password, which is Cisco that we set earlier, and we go to conft or configure terminal. So now we will going to set a password on the line console and line VTY. So just put line console 0, then the password set we set earlier the password into Cisco 1. So here we will put Cisco 2. I can put the same password, but I choose to not. Then allow login. Then the line VTY. This VTY is the virtual interface that we have 16 port 15. If we count 0 to 15, we count 16. Then the password, same as on the line console, Cisco 2. Then allow login. Then, and in there you already have a line console password and a line VTI password. I'll check it on the in the beginning. There. User access verification, which is the Cisco 2. Then enable the Cisco password. So now we will going to put a banner on this switch. Conf key or configure terminal. Just put the banner mod D, then the text that you want to put. You can put law the law but the law in here for the authentication, the security. If anyone wants to enter, they will see the law and the consequences if they enter this switch. For example, I put this is strictly prohibited, prohibited, prohibited. Authorized person only, person only. And in that, you already put a banner on this switch. Check it on the first strictly prohibited, authorized person only. So now I already configured this switch. Um, the next one is we will going to put another we are going to put another a IP address on this on the gigabit 01. And you can configure here terminal. So now we will going to put an IP address on this in this row, gigabit Ethernet 0-1. We will put first enable, then we will ready on the privilege exec mode, configure terminal or global terminal. We'll put a IP address on the gigabit Ethernet 0-1. Just put interface. I found the gigabit at Ethernet 0-1 here. We're going to configure the IP address of the gigabit at Ethernet 0-1 /1. Sorry for that. Giga. You can tab it for the shortcut 0-1. Then the IP address that you want. Earlier, we set the gigabit Ethernet 0/0 into 192.168.1.1. So here we will put 192.168.2.1. So it says here that incomplete command. I forgot the subnet mask. We can retype it, or you can use the up arrow key to to show the the IP address 192.168.2.1. Then add that subnet mask 255.255.255.0. So now we're going to for the IP address to be available, we will input no shutdown. So now the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1 change state to up. So we can see on the privilege exec mode if the IP address is already up. Show, just putting show IP interface, show IP interface brief. You can see here, as you can see here, the gigabit Ethernet 0/1 is set to 192.168.2.1 and the status is up. We already have a connection. Then also I will show you, never mind, later I will show you. So now we're going to put a IP address on every end devices on this side. Yes, desktop IP configuration. If we put we set the gigabit Ethernet into 190 that gigabit Ethernet 0/1 into 192.168.2.1. We will use the 192.168.2.2. Then the subnet mask and the default gateway is the IP address of the gigabit Ethernet 192.168.2.1. 192.168.2.1. There we already set the IP address, the PC8 into 192.168.2.2. Then in the PC7, we put the IP address into 192.168.2.3. The subnet mask, default gateway, default gateway 192.168.2.1. In this, we already set the IP address on the PC. So now we already have a connection, but before that, we'll show you something that I forget. Not here. Here, configuration of switch. Uh, so now the Cisco one enable. So now um, I will show you the running configuration that we made earlier. Just put show running configuration. config for running configuration. So I'm sorry for that. So running config. So as you can see here, um, the run configuration area um, is shown, and as you can see here, na line console 0 and line bty, it is not encrypted. So now we will going to encrypt that password for us to be. So now um, we will use the uh, we will go to configure terminal, then enable enable password service password encryption dash encryption. And on that line of statement, we set this Cisco 1 and this line console password Cisco 1. All these three will be encrypted. We can see it on the privilege exec mode. Just show running config. So now, as you can see here, it is already encrypted. So now we will going to copy all this configuration and just put copy running config to start up config, and in that it already been copied and saved. Same way, so it's done. So same way on another switch, we will put password encryption and save all the configuration. The Cisco 2 password, Cisco 2 enable Cisco. Then go to ft or configure terminal. Just type service password encryption dash encryption, and the password is already encrypted. So now we're going to copy this configuration, all of the configuration, and we can see it on the show running config. You can see here. Already encrypted. So now we will going to copy running config to startup config. Startup config. So now it is done. We already copy and set the password into encrypted password. Um, so now um, we are almost done. We will try to ping this 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 end device into PC PC PC7 which is 192.168.2.3. In the command prompt, you can ping the IP address of the PC7 192.168.2.3. As you can see there, it has a reply. So in that statement, um, it means that two end devices have a connection. So let's try also into another device, which is PC8. Pin 192.168.2.2. So as you can see there, it also has a reply. So it means that it has a connection. So let's go to PC6. Pin 192.168.1.3, and it also has a reply, so it has a connection. So now that we uh, successfully do this, um, and that's conclude my tutorial. So I hope you learn, and thank you.